Hello and welcome to Couple of Instigators. I've got Jen, Lauren, and Teresa.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just having a pre-chat about like my struggles for today. It's a lot, and I'm just, yeah, I need some fun updates. But I am having chest pains.
Jesus Christ, don't die on us right here.
I think it was the stress from today.
Listen, we'll roast you while you're dying. Don't think
yeah. I mean, it's okay to say, you know, my mother-in-law passed away today and she was 87, and you know, it's okay. You know, I feel like she's in a better place because she hasn't been well in many years.
Yeah.
But, yeah, many years. But I did post our group chat and I misfired on my usual typo and I said my mother passed away, and my mother, who is a national treasure, and they were all very silent for a while, and I think they were all like, holy shit, this is bad.
I was like, are we flying up there? Like what do we do?
Yeah. But and then they all started screenshotting me what I really typed, and then they proceeded to roast the fuck out of me. So
actually my first thought, so like when Teresa's nan died, we sent the champagne.
Oh,
and
yes.
I'm thinking, can they get weed delivery yet in New York? Is that well? Yeah. Like, what do we send Cindy? Like, what's a good gift?
So
we're gonna have to send you some of Emily's homemade stuff.
I was just thinking we'll have to get Emily to do a gift box for you.
Oh, you know, and I mean, it was sad, obviously horrible. I mean, very sad, but like the most stressful for me was dealing with my daughter in the city who was having a complete meltdown and crying so hard she had to pull over and was throwing up while I was on the phone with her. So that was even stressing me more because she was thinking she was going to get home on time to say goodbye. It was just a lot. It was a lot, but in good news, a friend of mine who has COVID, who the report we got this morning that he was put on a ventilator. Okay. So when I got into work this morning, they were all crying because, you know, we thought he was put on a ventilator. Turns out because the poor family is not allowed up there. They got the wrong story. He's not on a ventilator.
Oh my God.
Still on oxygen, which thank God, you know what I mean? Because a ventilator's
serious.
It's really, really, yeah. So he's not, but then we all like, because we're all monsters, we all started laughing thinking, what if we like thought he was on this ventilator and they put you in this coma, and then like he texts us and was like, what's the problem? What's the matter with you guys? Like, I'm not on a ventilator, you assholes. But then we text him and he texted us back, and we were, you know, but we didn't say, Jesus Christ, we thought you were on a ventilator. So it's just been trying, you know, from the minute I walked in, they were all crying at work, and his son came in, and it was just a lot. And then 3 hours later, I get the phone call from my daughter screaming and crying about my mother-in-law. So
I think Mercury's in retrograde. I think all of my friends and myself had pretty crappy days today.
Really?
Not so great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dr. Dyson's still recovering.
Yes, Dr. Dyson. Okay, we need her update first, because somewhere she's texted me about that getting out of the hospital. I'm like, hospital? I didn't even fucking know you were in a hospital.
Yeah, I mean, what do you tell people? Like, nobody knew, because I had been sick for like,
I knew you were sick, but I didn't know.
I had like bad asthma since like right before Christmas. That's when I was like looking around for COVID tests before I hopped on a plane. I traveled. I was fine. I mean, fine. Yeah. I came back. It got worse. Like, and then I got back, and again, just kept getting worse. I went to the doctor. They were like, here's a treatment. A week later, I got worse. And then I went to urgent care, and they're like, no, we're going to send you to the ER. Pick which one you want to go to. And I'm like, what? I was like, this is boring, but I'm taking so much asthma medicine, like so many puffs of my inhaler that like my heart rate was like skyrocket. I was like 151.
Right?
Yeah, it's similar in the way that it acts. I separately was taking a steroid. Like, so they gave me a higher dose of steroid. I was in the ER for a couple hours.
You were juiced up.
I'm sorry.
I said you were juiced up on like steroids.
Steroids.
Oh, yes, I didn't sleep for like 2 weeks, and I didn't feel tired at all. And I was like, so the first time I did it, I like took the steroids, and within 24 hours, I was like baking a cake.
I'm telling you, I would buy that shit on the market if they would sell me that.
I did not like how my heart was just like pounding all the time, but I was like doing everything. I was like, oh, look at the steroid high. And then a week later in the ER. So it's like, okay, the next time I'm going to take it easy with the steroids.
You're telling me you're not going to go run a couple miles with COVID?
That's
So
only you.
Wait, I don't know how you did. I heard that. And I don't know how you ran a marathon or a half marathon, because I still haven't like walked a mile in the last 30, 45 days.
Okay, but keep in mind though, you have like full ability to roam around your home. She was locked in a room. Like that was her own.
I had to plan my escape. I had to keep myself, what's it? Not agile.
Yeah, Ryan locked her up.
I heard that.
Yeah, and then he just pushed a plate to the door, and that was all she got. Like, I think she only got to look out the window. Like, he was hardcore. Like, that motherfucker was not getting COVID, and he didn't care.
Mm-mm.
He didn't care about Teresa. He
said, I'm not getting COVID.
Yeah.
You're sick in that room.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse. I mean, at least I had friends who were like, we'll bring you things or drop stuff off. Like,
I mean, you didn't even have COVID.
No, I didn't. No. I've been
I know.
tested. I went 2 whole years without a COVID test, and then I got 4 in the last month. So
And it's crazy because you had every single damn symptom pretty much, right? But it was definitely, you just must have gotten
that was in December. And they actually said by the time I got my lab test in January, because you couldn't get one anywhere, they were like, you might have had it.
you might have
I don't think I did. I would have felt bad.
you
Anyway.
just couldn't breathe.
I'm like wheezing, like my name was wrong on all my medical paperwork. So I still haven't even been billed for it, but
What a
I had to spell out my name, and they're like, what? Okay. Are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. I can't say a word. Like, it was not fun. So
Yeah,
but I'm okay now, and we're just monitoring it, and it's real fun.
All right.
Nope.
Everybody's good. Yeah. I mean, we're getting a snowstorm tonight. Yeah. And Jen, what about you? I don't know. Is it going to go up to you?
Wait, Jen went last.
It started this morning, and it's supposed to go through till Friday morning.
Yeah,
I have a
and
show.
ours is like, you might get 2 to 18 inches of snow. I'm
Yeah. I
like,
mean, we're supposed to get 12, like a foot, but for us, that's nothing.
It's cold between 40 and 60, probably centimeters, not inches, but still,
Yeah.
that's like 3 feet. Like that's a
Yeah.
lot for snow in
I
Toronto.
don't
There's-
understand, why do y'all live up there? Because it's been cold, in the 30s for
My mother's
3 weeks.
fault.
And I'm ready to I was talking to Ryan how I want to figure out where you can freeze your body. What's it called when you freeze cryogenically? freeze?
cryotherapy.
I was like, no, just want to freeze my body so I sleep through all the winter months. If
You wanna
it's
be
below 50, freeze me.
You want to be like a bear.
I want to tack those days on at the end of my life in the sunny weather.
Well,
I don't even understand why live where it's that cold. What I need to know, what did the Native Americans wear to stay warm?
Animals.
Yeah.
Well, they are, as someone who recently wore a fur, they are very warm. So
yes, Teresa,
that is accurate. Do y'all have furs that y'all just wear to go get pizza on a Tuesday?
I don't even wear a coat.
I barely wear a coat. Yeah, it's okay, this little light coat is fine.
Oh no, I do. I'm
You're a different story. You have cold.
I've got North Face parka. I've got this Gap down to my knees, down filled parka. I have 20 different.
Okay, I ordered a Columbia one that goes to my knees, and then I realized I'm just trying it on. I'm walking around, and I can't walk because The wingspan at the bottom isn't big enough for me to move my legs and get in my car.
This one has a 2-way zipper. So it zips up. Yeah. So I zip it up. So when I get in the car and stuff, I zip up the bottom half.
Okay, good to know.
That's smart. Y'all saw when I ran the half marathon, it was, wait. So I ran the half marathon just so everyone, I know y'all are up where it's cold, but Lauren used to live down here. It was snow flurrying. Like we get it
happens once every like couple years, 5 years.
Yeah, it was like 7 flurries. But we get a text from my friend's dad who was going to drive us downtown, and he was like, "Guys, it's snowing." And I was like, "Fuck off, Gene." I was like, "Listen, it is 4:30 and I am freezing cold. I don't have time for this." And then I look and I'm like, driving down the interstate, like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it really is snowing. By snowing, I use that loosely.
I'm excited.
And then I had to.
That. Did you get snow in Paris?
No, it was like unseasonably warm in Paris.
Oh.
Yes, Teresa just got back from Paris too.
Yeah, you got out just in time though, because they have just been hitting all the regulations. Like,
I would have been
there's a new one.
I would have been a Parisian citizen if I would have stayed one more day, because that's when I tested positive.
Yeah, you got out just on time. So you probably caught it in Paris, you think, or on the flight?
Oh yeah, I definitely had it on the flight home.
You did already. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? You know,
I certainly wasn't best enough to go be isolated in the bathroom. That wasn't happening. Sorry, plain people around me.
So did you start to feel bad before you boarded, or you
I don't know. Before I boarded, our boarding process was so long, but definitely like 2 hours into the flight, I was not well.
Really?
And I was like, guess I'm going to just keep quiet.
So how did you feel? Like, what were you feeling on there?
I felt like I had strep throat.
Oh, your throat
really
started killing you?
I was like, I tested negative. I must just have strep throat.
Yeah, because you had a test and everything.
Yeah, I tested the day before.
Yes. I mean, I honestly, at this point, I'm like flying, you know what I mean? Like, oh, take the test, do this. You know how many people I know that have gotten COVID traveling, but they've just managed to not be positive. Go ahead, Jen.
Exactly.
They went down to the Dominican, the husband and wife, their 2 kids. The wife tested positive before they flew home. So she had to stay in Dominican.
Not a bad idea.
So their option was, so you're quarantined to your room. So either the rest of the family can stay. If they stay in that room, they all have to stay in quarantine, or they can get a second room. The husband's like, we have 2 little kids. We can't like stay 10 feet from the beach locked in a room for a week. Like, I'm taking the kids. I'm going home. Sorry, honey. Nice knowing you. So they're flying back to Canada. They have a stopover in Miami. So because you're stopping internationally, you have to retest. So I don't know if it's the same for the States. For Canada, you have to take a test within 72 hours.
Yeah.
To fly back in. So they stop in Miami. They retest. The kids are okay. He's positive. He's like, what the frig do I do now? Like, she's in the Dominican. I'm going to be stuck in Miami in a hotel with 2 kids, can't leave the room because they're little kids. Like, I can't send them out on their own. So he used his original test from the Dominican, saying he was, because it was still within the 72 hours. Yeah. He used that for his app and flew back home and quarantined.
There you go.
You have to.
I mean, what was he going to do? I'm like, hell yeah, let me out of here. I know it's crazy because I've talked to so many people that like have traveled and they're like sick and they probably had it on the plane. I mean, they can do all the testing they want, but if you're in between, like Teresa, clearly you probably would have even tested negative on that one day, as it takes like a couple days.
Got home, she was still negative.
Yep. But here we are. Wait, guys, we need to talk about that post that I sent y'all in the group chat.
Okay.
Everyone's sick of COVID. We all got it. We all sick.
Right.
Dr. Dyson, she might not be with us much longer. So we got to get her opinion on
okay, let's go.
What are some irrational deal breakers? So I'm going to go to the text and just let me know y'all can still hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Dr. Dyson and Jen, the question, scroll, we text too much. The question is, what are some of